Hello everyone, this is Marie Blue Angel, and today I am back with Rendez-Doug, and this time I am starting Adriel's route. And I'm very curious to see who Adriel is as a person and what exactly is the dynamic between him and Doug. Doug looks oh so sad again here on the title page, but don't you worry, Doug. Adriel will be here soon. Anyways, I definitely enjoyed Sandra's route the last few times I've been able to play. So I'm sure I'll also love Adriel's route. I know I won't be disappointed. So let's just get into it because I'm sure you also want to know if you haven't played already. So let's just get into it. I'm gonna press. I'll come back once I've loaded in the route choosing choice. Okay, here we are. Hi, Sandra. I'll miss you. But we'll go again. We're going to Adriel, who again, if we don't remember, is chaotic, flirtatious, silly, and disorganized. So let's see more of Adriel. Enter, because I'm not changing their names. I also forgot the voices that I'm Doug. I don't remember the voices I did. So if they sound different from before, it's because they are. Great. Grabbing my cup of macchiato from the coffee machine, I take a look around to find someone to chat with. You're always looking for someone to chat with. I love that. After all, don't they say time flies when you forget about work? True, true. A quick analysis of my surroundings makes me notice Sandra, who seems to zone out. Hi, Sandra. This girl joined the team 3 weeks ago, and she's already done more work than I have in, 4 years. 4 years?! Sandra, you're such a hard worker. Huh. Dang, I'm old. Either way, I go to her, letting a devilish grin appear on my face. Look at that grin. She definitely needs a break. Hey, Sandy Boo, what's up?
Oh, Adriel, please. I'm trying to work.
Come on, don't treat me like a disturbance. Or am I disturbing you? I'm gonna try and be channel my inner flirtatious person, but don't know if I can measure up to a certain someone here who's already blushing. Look at Sandra just glaring at Adriel. This is so funny to me. Okay. I ask, letting the words roll on my velvet tongue. Sandra rolls her eyes.
I'd rather jump off a cliff and be set on fire than date you, Adriel.
Wow, those are strong words. Dramatically, putting my hand on my chest and falling onto the ground, I whisper, "Oh, woe is me." You are so dramatic. That's so funny. Sorry, Sandra. It is entertaining as someone who's reading the story right now.
Please, Adriel, I'm trying to work.
Standing up, I let out a loud laugh. I added that in. I know. But taking breaks is healthy too, you know. Or else you'll risk burnout.
I can't get burnout 3 weeks in.
Well, if you worked really hard to get this position, you certainly can. Sandra confusingly looks to the side, fidgeting with her hands. Taking a sip of my macchiato, I ask, "Is there anything wrong, Sandy Boo?"
Do you know that guy over there?
She whispers, I'm not whispering, pointing at Doug. Doug? Oh yeah, he's been here a while now. Don't ask me how long, though. He was already there when I got hired.
Oh.
And so, what's wrong with Doug?
I don't know. He just looks so sad.
Ah, right. You're an empath.
Adriel?
What?
But yes, he looks so sad. It pains me a little. I wish I could reach out to him, but I'm worried that I might be intrusive. I don't know him after all.
Light bulb. Genius idea. Doug. What's happening? The sparkles in my eyes must alert Sandra, who grabs my arm.
Please don't be weird. He must be too sad to want to endure your antics.
You know me. Everything I do is done with care and consideration. Sandra cocks a suspicious eyebrow before letting me go with a sigh. Bye, Sandra. Hi, Doug. Oh my gosh. Missed you, Doug. What is Adriel gonna do? I'm just so sorry. My commentary is just gonna be mostly laughing slash not actually screaming, but probably getting a little louder because I'm excited to see the dynamic between these two. I immediately rushed towards Doug, putting the cutest himbo smile on my face. I do like your smile, Adriel. Hey, Dougie Doug. His eyes leave his computer screen to look at me. Hi. I forgot Doug's voice. Hi, Adriel. What do you... I can't make them different. Oh my gosh. So sorry. Hi, Adriel. What do you want? I felt like I had some energy to exteriorize, so what if we danced right now? You're so random, I love it. What? Starting a choreography, I start singing. Let's dance the Dougie Woogie. I don't know what the tune is for this, but I love that Adriel is moving back and forth, side to side, to Doug's dismay. And by a corgi. Doug, visibly unimpressed by either my dance or my poetry, rolls his eyes. You know, this office isn't a playhouse. I'm so sorry, these voices are gonna sound very similar. Also need to turn this down, maybe. It can be if you have the right mindset. Is that how Adriel's getting through life? I kinda envy it. And come on, don't my hip movements make you want to dance? Yes, doing one more dance move under the unamazed eyes of my audience. Who else works in this office? There has to be other people. Do they just ignore Adriel's not nonsense antics? I'm not a good dancer, but I'm a good teacher. Doug, rolling his eyes, sighs before going back to whatever he's coding. Damn, he really doesn't seem to have found it funny. Maybe I need a more subtle approach. As I get lost in my thoughts, I look at his fingers, pressing random keys on the keyboard. Well, at least they're random to me. That's when I notice it. Doug, where is your wedding ring? Just outright asks him. Of course he would, Adriel. Oh my. Doug gets a bit pale as I ask the question, and it hit now you know, and it then hits me. Putting my hands in front of my mouth, I say, "Shoot, you got divorced. No wonder you look so miserable today." Poor Doug, I'm sorry, Doug. Adriel didn't mean it. Definitely did not mean it in a mean way, so we're fine. But still, it's a lot. Also, you probably said that very loudly, Adriel. Thanks. Sighing, I put my hands on my hips, shaking my head. Damn, bro, I'm sorry that happened. I'm sure she was a... Adriel, he says with a cold tone. I suppose he still must love her to some extent. It makes me feel sad for him. I shake my hands. Sorry. That was rude. Thank you. I feel a bit at a loss right now. I can't read. Oh my god. I feel a bit at a loss right now. What can I do? Oh! What? Do you know what you need, Doug? He has this mischievous smile on. Mm-hmm. Break? No, what? You. Hey. The fake angry expression I put on my face makes Doug smile lightly. It's not much, but hey, if I manage to make him crack a joke or two, that's still it. Good one. But I was going to say what you need was to exteriorize all this. Do you do sports, Doug? I try to jog at least 3 times a week, and I try to go to the gym when I have time. Okay, keeping up that fitness, got that cardio going on. And do you have time tonight? Doug blushes. Do you want to go to the gym? Mind reader, Doug. That's what you are. Lol, Adriel, like you didn't set up that whole thing. Maybe that's his charm. I could see that. Because you're giving credit back to your conversation partner. I love this. I say, winking at him. Doug rolls his eyes, but I can tell he's amused. Well, at least I hope he is. My coworker ends up nodding. I have my gym clothes anyway, so why not? That's the spirit. High five! Pew. Doug looks at my raised hand and flabbily taps it. Bloop. You're going to need more energy tonight, though. I'm going to make you go through hell. Huh? Yes, mister. What's your last name? Biden. I'll ignore that. So, as I was saying, yes, Mr. Doug, you found yourself a personal trainer. Ooh! A personal trainer angle? Could be fun. Thanks for your time. Don't mention it. I say, leaving Doug and putting a bright smile on my face. Things went better than expected. I then sit at my own desk to look at the work I'm supposed to do this week. Huh. Gosh, how am I supposed to make a slice of bacon talk? Them with their absurdity. Not the bacon. So, instead of working on the text, we'll need to put on the website for our future bacon brand Bonnie the Bacon, rather. I choose to focus instead on answering tweets and posting memes on our other brand's Twitter accounts. Hey, it still counts as work now, doesn't it? I mean, technically it does. I'm sure you have a priority on that first thing, though. Oh, we're at the gym. This gym looks fun. I don't manage to erase the big smile that has been on my face ever since Doug and I went to the changing rooms. What happened? Doug, on the other hand, is blushing like a tomato. I never expected you to have these abs. Adriel's just so forthcoming. I love it. Oh, of course, this tactic is like such a fun thing. Oh my goodness. I try to eat healthy. Not the sound effect. Slamming his abs, I boisterously add. I'll need your diet. Adriel is so funny. My god, I don't know if Doug even knows what to do. Honestly, though, will say, I love the idea of abs. Like, not obviously, but I like the idea of abs. But realistically, even though I work out in a way that probably suggests I could get abs, diet-wise, I do not go with a routine that would allow me to have abs. I like carbs and things so much. Work out. I should at least eat some. I definitely need to supplement with, lots of nutrients and stuff. But yeah, Doug, if you want to share your secrets, that'd be nice. Doug rubs his belly, but still smiles at my compliment. The boy deserves to feel good in his body, especially if his wife dumped him or something. Well, you're right. And also, you're trying to make him feel better. You're trying to hype him up. But also, I mean, I'm sure flirting will happen soon. Unless I've been oblivious to it, I don't always know when people are flirting, even on camera, like, even when it's between other people. So, what do I know? When I take a closer when I take a closer look at Doug, I can't deny this guy has a handsome face. Like he looks like those ladies impersonating men in stories, or like some lesbians I know. We queer people know. I'm confused by the sentence. By mostly the second half. Do you mean like in general? Like we. Because he says I know, and then we queer people know. I think that makes sense. Sorry. Like just grammatically. I don't care. Like the content makes sense, but grammatically. But I was like, that's fine. Sorry. My apologies. My brain's not the most capable right now to like super process things. I don't know why. It's literally like not late. It's the weekend. It's not that serious. Anyways. Long story short, peak gender, go Doug. So, did you have any exercise in mind? Yeah. I know I should ignore this parasite thought. I know it will just make us waste time. But if I end up laughing, did I really waste time? I think that's your life's motto. I love that. A rap battle? I don't know of this exercise. My coworker asks, confused and wrongly guessing that it's some obscure gym warm-up. This makes my smile wider. I'll show you. You just need to beatbox. Wait, you mean rap like the music genre? It opens your lungs and it's good for breathing. I'm not convinced. Oh, as you wish then. I defeatedly say, looking at him with a sad puppy expression. Doug sighs, ends up beatboxing, not the peer pressure, at least as much as someone named Doug can beatbox. I can't beatbox. That was my attempt at beatboxing. Adriel's the name, born for glory and fame, burning hot like a flame. And I'm here with my bro, Doug's the name. Here we go, he's now taking the micro. There's also music that I'm not hearing properly, so that's probably the music. My name is Doug, and I'm not a dog. I don't like fog when I drive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I burst out laughing, and Doug, finally realizing my trick, blushes from embarrassment before letting out a gentle laugh. You really are obnoxious, Adriel. I hope you know this. Don't tell me it didn't cheer you up at least a little. I feel ridiculous. Come on, it's not as if anyone cares, don't worry. I say before looking around and realizing all gazes are on us. I was like, are we in this gym by ourselves? I have no idea, but this is funny. Look at Doug! Doug's smile is so cute! Oh my god, this is kind of like awkward, like full on like teeth showing smile's cute. I probably have said this if the smile ended up in Sandra's route, but I'm repeating myself if I am. Oopsie daisy. Doug, sighing, puts his hands on his hips, desperately shaking his head. Do you have an actual exercise then? Yeah, I thought we could do some boxing. Ooh, fun! I mean, like, is there a bag? We don't have to hit each other. That would probably be dangerous. You're going to hurt me. Gosh, you are the one hitting me. Then I'm going to hurt you? No, don't worry. You're not the only one with abs here, Doug. I proudly explain, taking Doug's hand and putting it against my rock-hard abdominals. That's flirty, right? Unimpressed, he just comments while feeling my abs as a kid would experiment jelly for the first time. Then I'm going to hurt my fist. Gosh, Doug, you're not made of sugar, and neither am I. Doug hesitantly looks to the side before nodding. Fine, but Please let me know if I hurt you. Will do. I say, raising my 2 hands for Doug to punch into. There's no padding. Just free form, like, punching into the palms. That would hurt. Okay, let's see what Doug's got. Boosh. He starts doing so, but as expected, he's a bit flabby. You can hit harder. Whoosh. Doug nods, hitting my hands slightly harder. Damn, does this boy have any sort of energy in his body? Come on, Doug, I barely feel anything. He nods again, hitting my hands. Boosh. For God's sake, is he going to increase his strength percent by percent? Doug, come on, when I say harder, I don't mean a little. I mean punch my hands as if it were your ex's face. I wouldn't hit her because she left me. What's wrong with you, Adriel? Not literally, just imagine this is an incarnation of the frustration she has caused you. Whoosh. Doug gives me another hit, but this one is even lighter than the previous ones. Gosh, he's never going to evacuate anything at this pace. This leaves me with one solution. I have to make him angry. Brilliant idea, me. Gosh, are you a man or what? What? Like, if you're so weak, how do you expect people to feel safe around you? Adriel, please! I don't even... Will Doug get mad at this? Will he just be like, you're right? I don't think this is the way. Also, I'm just concerned about the boxing technique. I'm like, why are we just punching just like directly into a person? We should at least have some padding on. I don't know if I mentioned, but I do box, and so I'm concerned that someone's going to hurt their wrist or, you know, get severely punched in the face on accident because they're sparring. But anyways, poor Doug. Oh, there he goes. He's like, I did that. Now he looks so concerned. This time he hits a bit harder. Good. It means I have to carry on. That's all you got to prove to me you have what it takes? You were ridiculous, Doug. Doug starts hitting me harder and even faster, which proves he had things inside him that he needed to get out. And it shows me that what I have to do. Carry on gaslighting him. Oh my God, Adriel, please. Is this gaslighting, though? Well, I can't let any doubt pass in my eyes, or else he'll chill out. Come on, Doug. No! I got it. I don't want to say the lights out loud, so here we are. Adriel saying the things. He bites his lower lip not to swear, as his punches get actually hard enough for them to hurt my palms. I'm onto something. I'm helping him get everything out, so I can't let pain stop me. Don't break your wrists, Adriel, I swear. I'll just make sure to apply some hand cream tonight. Hand cream? You're gonna need more than that. No wonder your wife left you if... Oof! Gosh, shut up! He like pushed him out of the screen. My God. This time it's not my hands, but my face that Doug hits. See, this is what was gonna happen. My goodness. Oh no, and he feels bad now. Panic immediately distorts his traits as he runs to me, extending me an arm to help me get back on my feet. Oh my God, Adriel, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. I didn't mean to. I immediately burst out laughing, taking Doug's hand in mine. Damn, he could use some hand cream. Don't worry, I pushed you. I just wanted to get you angry so that you would actually try to exteriorize all those things you feel without fearing of hurting me. So, you didn't mean those things about my masculinity or... Lamau, of course not. Wink. Sorry, you're winking, so I'm gonna say wink. Doug raises a curious eyebrow. What? The first time? It's the first time I'm hearing someone use Lamau in real life. That's all. My siblings do that. I mean, maybe not as frequently now, but it's definitely a thing. And this is like what I picked up. Anyways. Oh, but did it help at least? Actually, kind of. I honestly feel a bit lighter now. It feels good to let some stuff out, even if it's on your face. Leaning towards Doug, I whisper in his ear. Not the blush. What are you going to say, Adriel? Title. This makes Doug blush as his eyes widen. He then hits my shoulder with his hand. Come on, I'm all here confessing, and you're choosing violence. After this complaint, he lets out a sweet cackle. Sorry for bullying you. I'll make up for it then. What? Without waiting any longer, I hug Doug. Aw, after all, he also deserves some comfort, am I right? He, on the other hand, is a bit frozen at first. He then wraps his arm around me and lets his chin rest on my shoulder. Aw, look at you two! And then you expect me to hit you. Hey, men can enjoy hugs too, buddy. I say, patting his back. And we all need to be comforted like babies sometimes. That's true. It feels like an insult, but at the same time I feel too comfortable to complain. Gaslighting 101, baby. Doug laughs, gently sighing. It's a bit hard, to be honest. I don't want to bother you with it, but... Do I look bothered, Doug? You're right. I shouldn't assume the worst all the time. Yeah, so I'm always here if you need to vent. Thanks, but maybe some other time then. Other time? Eyebrows waggle, wink, wink. I ask, barely hiding the smile of satisfaction this question puts on my face. Doug sighs. Fine then, forget I said anything. Oh my god, Doug. Is this a date? I say, feigning excitement in my voice. You are obnoxious, Adriel. Would you date a guy? Why? Are you interested? I was like, where's the flirty? And I was like, here we are. Of course, we had to let Doug, primary goal is to make sure that Doug, lets out some, stress and things. And now here we are with the flirting. We love to see it. And these few words are enough to make him blush madly. I didn't say that. I was just, curious. Don't worry, I'm messing with you. I suppose a recent divorcee isn't the best mindset to have to go on. A recent divorce isn't the best mindset to have to go on dates, huh? Doug nods, which puts a compassionate smile on my face. Yeah, and I'm pan. Oh, like pansexual? No. Here is the hideous truth about me, Doug. I am a cooking utensil. Adriel, for God's sake, don't treat my question like it's dumb. You could have been pan-romantic and asexual. That's true. Yeah, makes sense. Like me. Doug says, his cheeks softly burning. Oh, it's okay. We're in a good space. Good conversation with someone. Wait, you're ace and could date a guy? Yeah, is that... Of all people, the last one I expected to be queer is you, Doug. Sorry, I don't... The punctuation is so wrong. I mean, the punctuation is fine. I'm just reading it wrong. Of all people, the last one I expected to be queer is you, Doug. I have a pride flag sticker on my phone case. Is this really how we want to summarize the queer experience? But damn, I don't think I've actually met an ace person before, though. Don't worry, I won't get weird. But, was your wife ace to... Oh, sore subject. Doug's face contorts in discomfort the moment I start asking my question. I interrupt myself. I think I'm starting to see the bigger picture. Damn, it sucks for him. Raising my two hands and displaying a knowing smile on my face, I tell him, don't keep this frustration inside. Doug, smiling back at me knowingly, gives real punches into my hands, although he makes sure not to aim for my face this time. The session consists mainly of this, with us taking turns, hitting each other's hands. Once we're done, Doug looks at his hands. Gosh, they're all red, and I thought they were calloused enough. Don't worry, I have some hand lotion with me. I can give you some after we take a shower if you want. A hand lotion? You don't know what hand lotion is? I know what it is, I just never thought of applying it on my own hands. And let me guess, your shampoo and your conditioner are in the same bottle. Oh my god, Doug. Effortlessly having your hair like that and I've been applying conditioner to your hair. Envious. I could be envious for that, Doug. I don't know. I never thought of applying hair conditioner. Then why do you have such pretty hair? Doug's answer is to immediately blush. I never saw my hair as... never mind. I'd be curious to test your hand lotion thing, then. And offering yet another smile because I'm so good at smiling, I tell him, Sure thing, Doug. Sure thing. Okay, and so now we're back at work. That was cute! Okay, so, Adriel's really helping Doug out, spending some time with him, getting to know him more, helping him to, get out some of his, his stress or his emotions. I will say, that's one of the best things about boxing for me, and exercise in general, is that, the ability to just, kind of let your worries go for a little bit is very helpful. And also to feel that connection with actually being able to punch a bag or something is nice. Okay, we were back at work. I think I prefer the one with the cap.
I don't know. Does Bonnie the Bacon strike you as someone who wears a cap?
I can't even picture what someone named Bonnie would look like in my mind. This reminds me, I'm still supposed to write these texts for the website about Bonnie the Bacon. Gosh, that really is some stupid mascot. Sighing, I try to think of something, actually anything we would talk about instead of this depressing work. And then bam, light bulb. Adriel the genius strikes again. Oh, I didn't tell you since you were worried about Doug.
Oh right, he seemed to have gotten better.
Damn, you're quite perceptive now, aren't you?
I'm an empath, she says, air quoting the word empath, which she pronounces imitating my voice.
I'm going into my more natural voice when I'm reading those. I'm trying to keep Adriel's. This is so difficult for me. I'm really trying. So pardon me for the switch ups mid-sentence also. Imitating her in turn, I reply,
Oh, Adriel, you know I love it when you take this voice. Well, no one died from too much hope.
Ah, you're finally catching up. I accompany the sentence with a wink that makes Sandra roll her eyes.
Please, Adriel, focus. How did it go with Doug?
Well, believe it or not, it was actually quite wholesome.
Oh?
Yeah, he punched me. It was great.
Huh? What?
Yes, we did some boxing to exteriorize our manly emotions.
Oh, it makes sense.
Oh, I thought you'd be more intimidated by the fact we were gleefully punching each other.
What kind of vision of femininity do you have? Or what kind of vision of masculinity do you think I have?
Are you going to cancel me on
Gosh, Adriel, please focus. So basically you made him exteriorize his sadness and had an overall good time with it. And you discovered things about his personality that you didn't suspect were there?
How do you...
It was predictable.
Does it mean it was a bad...
No, not at all. It was an excellent one. I suppose just spending time to think of something other than his problems, whatever they are, is what he needs right now.
Sandra raises her thumb.
So you did a great job, Adriel, and don't take my word for it, just look at Doug.
I take a quick glance at Doug, beaming as he tries to pick a coffee. It always takes him a while to pick a flavor. To this point you think he'd have a favorite, but visibly not. Oh, also, he and I are going to jog after work. Would you join us?
Sandra shakes her head. Maybe next time. I have my salsa lessons tonight.
You have what?
You're not going to be all amazed because I practice salsa?
Oh my god. You gotta teach me at some point.
Well, I'll consider it if you behave well.
Which means...
Which means we have to work on Bonnie the Bacon first.
Gosh, a bummer. I take a look at Doug, who still hasn't selected his coffee, and people say I'm the one slacking off. Can I go grab a macchiato first?
Sure, and try not to use Doug to avoid working.
Damn, how did you...
You said it yourself. I'm perceptive. She grins with amusement.
She grins with amusement before I have to leave to join Doug. Or before I leave to join Doug. Let's see, I'm gonna say. Jump scare. Because we're at work. I don't know how all this works at work. I stand behind him, letting an evil smile curl on my lips. I slowly bring my mouth towards his ear with the hope of not getting noticed. Doug silently and confusedly looks at the options on the coffee machine. Boo! And before Doug even has time to jolt, my fingers go straight to his ribs, which I tickle with excitement. Adriel, what are you? He bites his lower lip to avoid laughing too loud and drawing more attention than necessary. He hits my arm trying to get rid of them, but he underestimates how tenacious and determined I am. Doug's body gets twisted under my touch, and he ends up hitting me with his elbows to get me to take a step back. That's probably what would happen if someone did that to me, to be honest. Well, that was an introduction. Did you need anything? Yes, I just came to order 2 macchiatos. 2 cups. Wouldn't be a lot, especially considering we have 2. One of them is for you. You've been hesitating for a while now, so I figured you needed someone to help you make the right decision. Wink, wink. This right decision being macchiato. Name a better drink. I'll wait. I like grape juice. But that's not coffee, Doug. Yes, but maybe it should be. Then I'll build you a world where grape coffee exists. Doug guffaws at my joke before shaking his head. You really are a lost cause. When the first macchiato is ready, Doug takes it and hands it to me. I shake my head. Nah, you can have it. The more I have to wait for my coffee, the less I have to work. Doug looks at me with curiosity, raising an eyebrow. That's something I don't get, Adriel. For the last 4 years, I've always seen you trying to avoid work at almost all costs. I never understood why. His words catch me off guard. That's a good question. After all, being a community manager is a rather cool job, and I even got a degree in communication for it. So, why indeed? Instead of thinking too hard, however, I just raise my shoulder with a laugh. Maybe we should think about it. You know, maybe, are you happy at your job? You want to do something else? Or, like, it's fine if you just, like, want to slack off at work. But, like, there has to be a motivation for it. Who likes working? It's boring. I like my job. Yeah, but I suppose you'd rather focus on your hobbies, am I right? I feel like I would still code stuff, but just for me rather than for Bonnie the Bacon. Doug shivers while pronouncing these words. Understandably so. This Bonnie thing is a nightmare, even if Sandra makes it look cute. Which makes me think I should go back to work, but I'll see you after. Yeah, gotta burn those coffee calories. Doug just laughs at my joke before leaving me. I take a look at my macchiato. Yeah, I should get to work too. Sandra looking around the corner. God save me from her. Sandra's doing her best, Adriel. Get with the program. I'm sorry. She's still my favorite. I'm very entertained by Adriel though, and I do like his character so far. And yeah, so in the end, the girl with the blonde ponytail told the slice of bacon that she would love them no matter what, and they French kissed, and Doug looks not great. Then I woke up, but this was still the weirdest dream. Like now, I don't know if it means I want to eat bacon, or it just means I'm traumatized by Bonnie the Bacon. Well, what a dream to have. Or perhaps there isn't any deeper meaning, and it was just a weird dream for the sake of being weird. What'd you think, Doug? I turn to Doug, whose face is paler than I've ever seen it. I immediately take a look at his trembling legs. I hate cardio, man. Come on, don't tell me you're exhausted already, Doug. 1 hour. We've been running for a whole hour. You've been running for a whole hour? I would have given up after like 5 minutes, to be honest. He stammers, frequently interrupted by his own desperate breaths before lying down on the sidewalk. It's enough to make you pass out? It's barely a session at the gym. How do you manage to run for an hour while speaking so much without feeling like you want to vomit out your lungs? I will say it probably is just practice. You're just being dramatic, Doug Joe. Doug Joe? He asked, raising a confused eyebrow. Well, Doug Joe Biden suits you for a nickname, don't you think? Doug rolls his eyes, sighing out of desperation under my boisterous laugh. Rubbing his face with his hands, he sputters. Gosh, you could leave me on the ground. It will be more peaceful than your pathetic sense of humor. An even louder laugh deforms my mouth. I still extend my arm for Doug to take so that he manages to get up. He eventually takes my hand, leaving the terrible mattress the ground of this street must be. He looks at me with a faint smile on his face as he dusts off his clothes. I thought we would be running for 30 minutes or something. 30 minutes? How do you expect to sweat the evil feelings in you out in 30 minutes? Am I really sweating any evil out if I just replace it with a new one? Come on, being exhausted is not an evil. That's what you need. I know. I'm messing with you. Ha ha. He gently cackles before rubbing his neck with his arm. Although I'd argue you're still being a bit idealistic. Just show you the way. If your legs hurt, then you'll think of them, not of your... I put my hands on my mouth, interrupting myself before bringing up the subject Doug is not supposed to think of. Turns out you gave me more thought to it than you're showing. Well, what can I say? Adriel, the bright mastermind, at your service. Doug chuckles again while I burst out laughing. I then put my hands on my hips, shaking my head. No. Alas, just using my intuition. It's a good intuition then. But it just feels like... Doug crosses his arms and his eyes avert mine. It was unavoidable. But in the end, because of me. What do you mean, because of you? Did you cheat on? I interrupt myself before I'd ask an ace guy if he'd cheated on his wife. Dang, I'm really not the sharpest knife in the drawer. But hey, at least I'm pretty. The immediate, comfort to himself. It's so funny. Adriel's so funny. But yeah. Here we are. We're learning more about what happened with Doug. I then tried to think of other reasons this divorce would be his fault, and the only one I can think of is Doug beating his wife. But he made it clear during our little boxing experience that he would never hurt her. And I hit her, and I mean, it's Doug. Of course he wouldn't. Doug shakes his head. I didn't cheat. She did. Listen, perhaps I'm being dense, but if she cheated, it's not your fault. Let me guess. She wanted more sex from your relationship, but being ace, you couldn't provide, so she ended up cheating on you. Am I right? He nods, which makes me sigh. Doug, please, don't let the thoughts of insecurity get the best of you. She didn't cheat on you because you were ace. She did because she failed to communicate her needs and find a solution. Did she have a lover behind your back, or... No, it was just a one-time thing, and she was drunk. And I guess it was just more than wanting sex from me, although it definitely was a part of it. Doug's expression gets gloomier as he tries to recollect the last memories he has with his wife. Well, we wanted to have kids, but they don't magically pop up, right? To think I'll certainly never be able to have a child. His gaze is now covered with unexpected sadness, which gives me the urge to hug him. And I am the type to resist urges like that? Of course not. Hug. Aw. So I wrap my arms around Doug, who immediately hugs me back, tilting his head and letting it rest on my shoulder. Again? I remember someone telling me it felt comfortable. He's a bit flustered when I say that, but hey, I mean, the other option is me not hugging him, and who wouldn't want a hug from me, huh? Well, because it really does feel comfortable, even if we're sweaty. Maybe someone should make a hug therapy thing. A thing.
These words from Doug make me blush this time, just like a maiden. Damn. I mean, the world would be a better place if people hugged each other more. Yes. You tell me if you want me to let you go. It's fine. We can stay like that.
Aw, you guys are so cute. I'm crying. Love this for you. Oh, look at them both blushing.
For some reason, this makes me smile. Hey, you don't need to get divorced to need a hug. Trying to bring back the topic to Doug, I ask, but she must have known you were ace, so why did it bother her now? Well, I'm not totally sex repulsed, so if I'm given enough time to prepare for sexual intercourse, well, I can do it. However, it kind of kills all spontaneity, and I guess that's what she wanted. She told me he was the best sex she's had in years. Ugh, rude, but understandable. No? What do you mean, no? She cheated on you, dumped you, and told you the guy was the best sex she's had? This is wrong in so many ways. She was just cruel, in my opinion. But I mean, it's understandable, right? I can't take her sexuality away from her. She didn't intend to cheat, but, well, that still happened. I didn't want to divorce. I wanted to work things out, but she didn't. Who would want a life with a partner unable to cater to this need?
Okay, I gotta save. Okay, unlike Sandra's route, I'm gonna go romance then friend platonic. The route in terms of the route order. So we're gonna say I would. I will also say that I'm wondering if there will be some sort of quote unquote conflict that will happen. Who knows? I don't think so, but I love to see not a lot of drama. It's just cute. I mean, obviously Doug going through all his stuff, that's not cute, but in terms of this all of the scenes and interactions that we're seeing with Adriel and Doug, it's very cute. Okay, we're gonna say I would. I would. Doug looks at me with surprise, his eyes widening with surprise. Pardon? I said I would. Period. You say it like that, but no, I mean it. Sex is cool, but not a fundamental enough for me to fall out of love, especially if my lover finds other ways to show me love. I can feel Doug grab my shirt as I pronounce these words. I gently caress his back in response. Thank you for saying this. I'm just speaking my truth, buddy. Doug takes a step back, letting a shy smile appear on his face. Well, I guess we can call it a day. I'm sorry to let you down, but we definitely don't have the same lungs, you and me. Don't worry, it was fine enough. I'll just finish it at the gym. Well, actually, for next time. This immediately makes me smile. The idea of Doug appreciating spending time with me makes me happy. I appreciate spending time with him, too. But of course, that's not what I say. No, instead, in a pure me fashion, what I say is, you can't get enough of me, can you? Wink, wink. What if I said yes? Doug answers with an attempt at a provocative smile. But it makes me burst out laughing, and it makes him blush. Once again, I calm down. He completes his sentence. Anyway, I wanted to know if you would like to, discover one of my hobbies. Nothing weird, of course, but I just put my hand on his shoulder and offer him a big smile. I'm looking forward to it. Doug nods with glee before hugging me quickly. When he sees my confused expression, he explains. A hug as, a goodbye, and a thank you. Putting a smile on my face, I quickly hug him too before starting to jog away. See you, Doug. And as I run away, I can hear Doug whisper to himself, see you. Oh, cute. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Let the good vibes keep rolling. I love to see it. I wonder if it's the same hobby that we saw in Sandra's route that Doug will show Adriel. I assume so. But let's see. I hate my life. I take a look at a number of macchiato cups on my desk. I'm literally out of control. I suppose it serves me right for spending the previous week slacking off. Now I have to catch up on all the work I didn't do. Serves me right, I guess. But gosh, I suppose I've written all the text for Bonnie and the Bacon's future website, conceptualized the whole communication strategy, written the text we have to put on the packaging. How do they expect me to do that in one day? Oh, Adriel, you're so funny. Face it, Adriel, you had weeks. You just procrastinated. But now I'm starting to get anxious, and I don't like that. It's not even the first time I've fallen into this pattern. But hey, I've always managed, haven't I? Usually the prospect of the deadline gives me a lot of energy, but this time, I feel completely unmotivated.
Adriel?
Ugh. I jolt with surprise, turning to a confused Sandra.
Oh,
Sorry, Sandra. Didn't see you coming.
I've been talking for 5 minutes.
Oh, was it important?
Goodness, Adriel. Sandra quickly leaves to drag her chair next to mine. Okay, what's wrong?
Am I dreaming, or is Sandra the workaholic taking a break for little old me?
The playful smile I put on my face doesn't seem to amuse Sandra. Don't try avoiding the topic.
Well, there's nothing to worry. There's nothing, don't worry. I was just lost in my thoughts.
Adriel, please. You haven't even moved from your desk.
And?
Usually you're barely at your desk.
I quickly looked to the side before revealing the hideous truth. Sandra, I'm screwed. I've got weeks of work to do in one day.
What?
You said it yourself. I was barely at my desk, so of course I wouldn't.
Okay, what do you need done?
Thanks, but no thanks, Sandra. I guess I'll just stay late. Focus on your
Listen to me, Adriel. I'm waiting for feedback from the commercial department, and I now need some text to work with to start working on the packaging of the product. So basically,
you want to write it yourself because that's what you need for your work?
Sandra puts a gentle smile.
Oh my god, I'm losing the voices. This is so cute though. Sandra's gonna help out. Sandra's so nice. Sandra puts a gentle smile on her face and then nods gracefully.
Exactly. Let's say that.
Still, I don't want you to feel like you have to babysit me or... Doug. I get interrupted in my train of thoughts by a hug from above and behind. I, however, immediately recognize the smell. It is...
Doug, are you alright?
Blush, blush. Adriel needs comfort. My cheeks turn red as Sandra's grin grows bigger.
That's adorable. Can I join?
Yes. Aw, look at them hugging! Without waiting a second more, she holds us both at the same time in a warm embrace. Well, obviously she's hugging me because of today, but I'm pretty sure she's also using the occasion to hug Doug. After all, she's been worried about him ever since his divorce. She just didn't dare to go see him, this time. Sandra lets go of me more quickly than Doug, taking a place in her chair. But what do you mean I needed comfort, Doug? I overheard your discussion with,
My name is Sandra. Glad to meet you, Doug.
Same. So you overheard our discussion and... right. And well, if you're staying late tonight, that means our plan is cancelled? Oh shoot, I completely forgot about it. Gosh, I fear so. Doug, maybe we can do it tomorrow? Yes, I guess. Unless... Doug, please, no. I've already coded the website with some placeholder text. Maybe I can write them. No, I'm sure you have work to do. If I had, I wouldn't offer. And I really don't want our pottery plan, to be cancelled. Pottery? Please forget I said anything, he says mortified. Only if you forget about this whole discussion. This is Doug, without letting me finish, takes my hand, his eyes sparkling like those of a puppy rubbing your leg for food. You've helped me so much, Adriel. Let me at least do that for you. Is this the conflict? This is the conflict. The work drama. Exactly. You don't need to burden yourself with more. It's not a burden, I promise. Please, trust me. Doug's cheeks turn neon red as he pronounces this last sentence. I appreciate the feeling, but really,
don't feel like you have to. I don't, so please? I take an exasperated look at Sandra, but she enthusiastically nods, clearly approving Doug's idea. Time for me to give up, I guess. I raised my hands in defeat. Fine then, but please, don't feel like you have to write all the text, right? If you get bored if a new task pops up, please tell me and stop working on them. I promise. His smile is reassuring, but it doesn't really make me feel better. I'm going to get coffee. Do either of you want anything?
Oh, an espresso for me if you don't... Oh, an espresso for me if you don't mind. And I suppose Adriel would take a macchiato.
Wink, wink. Doug does. Doug winks. They exchange knowing smiles before Doug leaves to grab us some coffee. I hate this. I feel like I'm ruining two people's day just because of my incompetency. And the fact they both noticed I wasn't working much earlier. I think like both should be telling me. They both should be telling me I told you so instead of facing the consequences of my own laziness. But instead, they're helping me. Yay for teamwork. I love to see it. Time passes. I managed to get the work done at the end of the day. It will need touch-ups, but it'll have to do. I would never have been done though without Sandra and Doug's help. I really need to invite them to a restaurant at some point.
Thanks for letting me work a little bit on it, Adriel. It helped me gain time to design the label.
You already designed it?
I'm not done yet, but I gained a lot of time.
I suppose you would have gained more time if I did it earlier. Sandra's brows furrow as she puts a gentle hand on my shoulder.
Don't be too hard on yourself.
I'm not being hard. I'm being fair. I haven't worked in weeks.
And have you ever wondered why?
We were wondering why. That's what I was wondering earlier. What? This reminds me of what Doug told me last week. I've always seen you trying to avoid work at almost all costs. I never understood why either, Doug.
Maybe there's a reason you don't feel that involved in your work. Maybe you're burnt out and don't realize.
You think so?
Well, if I'm being honest, you don't seem burnt out at all, but I'm not in your mind, and maybe there's more going on than what you show.
Oh, trust me, my head is empty. I have no thoughts.
Oh, then you could try to ask yourself if you really like your job.
What? Come on, Sandra. I have a degree in communication. I've done it for years. I would have realized already.
I guess so, but sometimes it takes years to discover something about yourself.
I'll have to take you and Doug to a restaurant, though.
You don't have to.
I have to, and I want to. Please. I can see a slightly more worried expression appear on Sandra's face. I shake my head. I'm all fine, and I'd be happy to spend more time with Doug and you anyway. We can all be friends. Let's be great. I mean, you and Doug have something, but we could be friends with Sandra. That'd be so fun. She eventually nods.
Sure thing, but I'm here if you need someone to vent to.
Thanks, but I'm fine, really.
Doug quickly joins us now that our workday is over, with a worried expression on his face.
Gosh, will everyone worry about me? I was wondering, Adriel, since you forgot about our activity of the day, did you bring clothes you didn't mind getting dirty? I never mind getting dirty, wink wink. Nudge nudge. He immediately rolls his eyes, letting a cackle escape from his lips. Sandra slaps my shoulder.
For God's sake, Adriel.
Of course, you wouldn't understand our very masculine humor.
You are a threat to all mankind.
Come on now, we planned a mud fight. Don't you want to watch this? Doug's nose twitches with disgust as Sandra, raising a provocative eyebrow, answers.
First, ew. Then, I've got some of my salsa classes tonight. First, and finally, you overestimate how attractive I find you.
Putting my hand on my chest, I dramatically whisper. Pierced to my heart's depths, suddenly, by a stroke as unexpected as it's mortal. When did you start speaking so well? Gosh, I have a degree in communication, people! That's so funny.
That was theater kid behavior.
Okay, you got me. I shake my head to focus on Doug's initial question. But yeah, I always have my gym clothes with me anyway. It will have to do. Oh, good then. Let's go. Have a nice evening, Sandra. Nice evening, guys. Have fun. We will. You do have fun too, alright? Aw. Sandra smiles enough of answer as I let Doug drag me away.
Okay. And I think that's where I'm leaving it today because there's a lot that's happened in this past hour. So definitely Adriel and Doug are getting close together. Adriel already knows things about Doug that was, that contributed to conflict in Sandra's route. So I'm curious what exactly is going to happen. Like, how is this, like, the route's going to, like, progress? Like, what, is there a conflict at all? Who knows? I have no idea. But I'm really enjoying it, and I really like Adriel. It seems like a very kind person overall. I do worry about him really not working in the sense that, like, Sandra was bringing up really great points. Like, do you not really like your job? Do you feel burnt out? Do you feel like, if you just don't want to work, like, that's fine also, but, like, what do you want to do instead? And it's fine if you just want to, like, be at that job because it pays well so that you can do other things. That's also valid, but, maybe take a little bit of time. We'll see if Adriel, takes a little bit of time to, like, really, do some self-reflection. And we'll see. We'll see how this hangout with Doug will go. I'm sure it'll be cute. But anyways, hopefully you liked the video. If you did, please press the like button. And if you'd like to see my last part of this playthrough of this game, then please subscribe, as I'll be posting that here soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!